For this Civic, P0976 points to a low electrical condition in the shift solenoid valve B circuit. The vehicle may have a transmission warning, abnormal drive feel, or shifting behavior that does not feel normal. Broadly, the possible fault area can be the ignition feed to the solenoid circuit, the SOLB control wire, the solenoid wiring, the solenoid itself, or the PCM side of the circuit. Treat this as an electrical fault. Do not chase a mechanical transmission problem for this code. Before getting too deep, start with the basic system checks and make sure the vehicle is ready for a clean electrical diagnosis. Start by proving the fault is active. Turn the ignition on or select on mode, clear the code with the HDS, then start the engine and warm it to normal operating temperature. In this path, normal operating temperature is identified by the radiator fan coming on twice. Then test drive the vehicle in D at speeds 37 mph, 60 km/h, for at least 10 seconds. After that, check the HDS for pending or confirmed codes. If P0976 is indicated again, the failure is duplicated and you move into circuit testing. If P0976 does not come back, treat it as an intermittent. The system is okay at that moment, and if captured operating data is available, try to reproduce those same conditions instead of forcing a repair call. Next, shut the ignition OFF or select OFF mode and check fuse no. B715A in the underdash fuse and relay box. If the fuse is good, keep going. If it is blown, replace fuse no. B715A. If that fuse blows again, repair the short to ground on the no. B715A fuse circuit before going any farther. With the fuse side handled, check the IG1 SOL feed. Jump the SCS line with the HDS. Disconnect PCM connector A51P. Turn the ignition on and measure voltage between PCM connector A51P terminal no. 1. The BLU wire and body ground. If you have battery voltage, that ignition feed wire is okay and you can move on. If you do not have battery voltage, repair the open in the IG1 SOL wire between the PCM and the no. B715A fuse in the underdash fuse and relay box. At this point, test shift solenoid valve B. This is the branch point that decides whether you stay on the SOLB wiring and PCM side, or move directly into the solenoid and solenoid harness check. If shift solenoid valve B works properly, continue with the SOLB short to ground check. If shift solenoid valve B does not work properly, go to the resistance check at the solenoid. If shift solenoid valve B passed its functional test, shut the ignition OFF, jump the SCS line with the HDS, and set up the SOLB short to ground check with the solenoid wire harness 8P connector disconnected at the engine wire harness side and the PCM connector disconnected as specified for the test. The continuity check is between solenoid wire harness 8P connector terminal no. 4. The GRN/WHT wire and body ground. If there is continuity, repair the short to ground in the SOLB wire between the solenoid wire harness and the PCM. If there is no continuity, the SOLB wire is okay. From there, update the PCM if it does not have the latest software or substitute a known good PCM. Then recheck. If P0976 goes away after the update, that completes the troubleshooting. If P0976 goes away with the known good PCM installed, replace the original PCM. Before making that call, make sure the connector setup is isolated exactly for this check. If the connector setup does not line up on the vehicle, pause, recheck the earlier diagnostic path, and avoid guessing. If shift solenoid valve B did not work properly, remove the solenoid wire harness and measure resistance directly at shift solenoid valve B. With the ignition OFF, measure between shift solenoid valve B 2P connector terminal no. 1 and terminal no. 2. The specification is 8, 912, 2 omega. If the measurement is 8, 912, 2 omega, shift solenoid valve B is okay, so replace the solenoid wire harness. If the measurement is not 8, 912, 2 omega shift solenoid valve B is faulty, so replace the valve body. After the repair, verify the repair and confirm the code stays gone. Clear the code, run the vehicle back through the same verification conditions, and check that pending or confirmed P0976 does not return. The key takeaway: this code is an electrical circuit diagnosis, so prove the fault, check the fuse and ignition feed, split the path with the solenoid test, and only then make the wiring, PCM, harness, or valve body call. For more diagnostic training, visit Diagnostics.com.